All right, thanks for being here. We are, hold on. I just realized I didn't change something. I always find stuff. There we go. Oh, we found balance last month. Now we're all good. Now we're going to focus on love your body. So welcome to the year of well-being, and we are in March. So if you are not familiar with who I am, my name is Allie Phillips, and what I'm going to talk about in this class is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. I'm going to talk from my experience through all of my certifications and through all of my training and just all of my hands-on experience with this particular series and this particular topic. And so what gives me that experience? Well, I'm an attorney, and attorneys tend to not take care of themselves. So I'm a former prosecutor, and I am a legal educator. And for about 2 decades now, I have been teaching nationally and internationally on animal protection, how to prosecute and investigate animal abuse and family violence cases. So it's real easy to just not take care of yourself when you are in that sort of career. So I come at this from the philosophy of don't do as I do, don't do as I did. So we'll talk about that. But I am the owner of Manifested Harmony. I founded my wellness company in 2011. So this is the 11th anniversary of it. And I have 7 different certifications in energy healing as a master teacher. I am a certified health coach, which I'm going to be drawing on a lot of that for this presentation. I am an essential oil enthusiast, I guess is the way to say it. I am the author of the Oily Pet and the Oily Crystal because those are 2 of my specialties. So I love helping people and animals find energetically healthier ways to live. So we are in the 3rd month of this year. Can you believe that? We are in the 3rd month. It just seems like it was New Year's Day. So we've got a really good series, and I hope you come back for the rest of them. So March is all about love your body, because we are moving into spring. Yay, spring's going to be here in less than 2 weeks. Yahoo, it's going to be awesome. And it's the time that our energy starts to return, because we were in winter reflective energy. Winter is naturally the time to hibernate. Winter is naturally the time to keep the fat on your body. Biologically, our body is programmed to keep fat in the winter and to pack it on, because our brain doesn't know when our next meal is coming. So you better have a lot of good fat in case if you got to go a week or 2 without food. That's how our brain is programmed. So if you have ever set, I don't even like to use the word weight loss. I think that is just not a good way to talk about having a healthy body and loving your body. I don't like the word diet. It has the word die in it. But if you have ever set a New Year's goal to physically feel your best in your body, change how you eat, work out at the gym, get to a weight where you thrive, whatever that weight is. Winter is not the time to do it. So that's why all those goals set on January 1st and all of those gym memberships flop, because biologically we are meant to keep the weight on. Now we're coming into spring. That's when you renew those goals. This is the time that the seasons and how we live our life and the energy returning to us, you're just naturally going to feel better. You're going to be moving more. You're going to feel more fit. Okay. So it's a great time heading into spring to focus on having a body that you're happy with, a body that you love. And, you know, feeling fit in all areas of your life, you know, because part of well-being is feeling good in your physical body. Because if you don't feel good in your physical body, you can kind of kiss the rest goodbye. If you're too tired, if you're too fatigued, if, you know, if you're fighting something, it's really hard to focus on other things. So let's talk about well-being fitness. What the heck does that mean? What is Allie talking about? This is another way of looking at well-being, because if your physical body is ill, if it is fighting something, if it is fatigued, if it's sluggish, if it's failing you, you don't have well-being. It's challenging to have other forms of well-being when your body is not at its optimal, and everybody's optimal is different. If it's not at its optimal, it controls your thoughts. You think about it, right? I mean, have you ever had a diagnosis, or, you know, even something short term, and it just possessed your mind? You were so focused on it that it's like you can't focus on other things. You can't focus on, you know, big goals that you have for your business, or, you know, even getting into an emotional well-being. It can be all consuming. And so, you know, when I look at well-being fitness, feeling fit in our body, what is interesting is I see a trend. It's been happening for a few years, where fitness and self-care and well-being are coming together. There's a lot of gyms out there that are adding healing services and massage and restorative practices, because just simply going to the gym, which a lot of us don't like to do, it's not our thing, but they're adding other things because they realize there's more than one way to get moving. There's more than one way for fitness. There's more than one way to be fit. So, you know, well-being fitness doesn't mean entering a marathon or even going to the gym every day. Now, if that's how you're wired, awesome, go for it. But that's not how a lot of people are wired. It's really about moving to keep your energy going, because sitting is as hazardous as secondhand smoke. It's pretty toxic to us. So, you know, keep moving to get the energy going. It's also mindful eating, which I'm going to talk about. You know, really, really thinking about what you eat. It's having self-compassion and self-esteem about your physical body, and not berating yourself while you work on being happy with your weight, being happy with your body. Because it's not about dieting. That is deprivation, and it's treating your body with cruelty. And when you diet and deprive your body, it will actually keep the weight, because in your brain, it triggers a mechanism that tells your brain you're trying to kill the body, do everything to keep it alive, keep the weight on. You can deprive yourself of that food, but we're going to keep the weight on to keep you alive. That's how our brain is wired. So this is why diets, we got to remove that term from our vocabulary. And, you know, and if you're already moving and exercising, it's really about adding self-care to it, which is kind of what this whole year-long series is, all the things to look at when it comes to self-care. But when it comes to mindful movement, this is what I really focus on. It's not just, okay, I've got 45 minutes, I can go to the gym real fast, I can get in a workout and just get it done, like get it over with. No, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good for your body at all when you're treating it that way. And so, mindful movement, I want you to think about, and type this in the chat if you would. If you did not have any time constraints, you had all the time in the day, and you didn't have any physical constraints, so that bum knee or that bad back was gone, what sort of daily movement, fitness would you enjoy doing? Not what society tells you to do. What would you enjoy doing? I'd love to see that in the chat. I'd love to see what you would enjoy. Whether you do it at home, whether you do it in your yard, whether you go out someplace to do it, what would that be? Martial arts and meditation, walking in the woods, being in nature. Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. All right, what else? What else would you enjoy doing? If you're drawing a blank, I really want you to think about this. I really want you to think about this, because gone are the days, I'm declaring this, gone are the days when there's only one form of exercise or two forms of exercise, going to the gym or running around the block. There's all sorts of movement out there that you can do that is beneficial for the body. All right, I see walking and hiking, rebounding. Yes, oh my gosh, rebounding is fun, bouncing up and down on a trampoline. It's phenomenal for the lymphatic system. So, if you struggle with lymphatic drainage issues, get a little personal trampoline and rebound. Walking your dogs more, doing the treadmill that you love. Yes, going into the woods and the trails, learning mindful yoga. Yes, group exercise classes like yoga, spinning, walking. Yes, gardening. Oh my gosh, gardening, that is a workout. That is a workout. So yeah, so it's finding passion in what works for you, yet running on trails in nature. So, it's finding a passion in fitness and finding a passion in how you want to move so that you actually do it every day. Because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to do it. You're not. I don't care how deep your why is for why you want to move, you're not going to do it. And that's why most fitness and body related goals fail. So when I talk about mindful movement, this is taking what you love to do, so all the things that you all listed that are very personal to you, and it's being present when you're moving. So you're not on your phone, you're not distracted by your television, you're not talking on your phone to somebody. It's tuning into your body to know what feels good and what doesn't feel good. And I see so many people that are walking their dog, or they're walking, or they're running, or they're at the gym, they're on their phone. That is actually the worst type of movement and exercise that you can have, because your body is not in the movement. It is very focused on your distraction. And so your body actually doesn't get a benefit from it. So mindful movement is putting the distractions away. Like, don't even have your phone with you. You don't need it. You don't need it at all. Yeah, I've seen the comments. It drives me nuts when people are on their phones walking with their dog. Yeah, that's a moment, that is a human animal bond moment to have with your dog. And if you're going to be on your phone, why do you have a dog? Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, that is a cherished moment to have with your dog. So it's really being present and tuning into your body, because then you can feel, oh, that muscle is getting a workout and I didn't even know that I had it. Or, wow, I didn't know that my ankle was bothering me, but I can feel it now. Let me kind of tweak. Maybe my ankle is kind of turning inward, and maybe I need to focus on that and, have better posture in what I'm doing. If you're on your phone, you don't have that. And then a lot of injuries can happen. Now, another thing to look at, if you've ever researched the blood type, and again, I don't like the word diet, but that's officially the name of it. The blood type diet actually has exercises that are beneficial according to your blood type. So in general, type A blood, they need calming exercises because they tend to run with high energy and their adrenals can get exhausted. So they need to move in a way that is calming. So low impact movement, walking, not fast walking, not, where you see the ladies and they're really just going, not that. Very easy walking, yoga, tai chi. So I'm a type A. I have to do exercises that calm my butt down. Because if I do aerobics, I will go into full-on adrenal fatigue. I can't have that. So type A is all calming movement. Okay, because you're getting your heart rate up, but not to the point where it's pounding out of your chest and exhausting you. Now, type B, they like physical movement with a mental challenge. So golf and martial arts. And, it can be a combination of low impact or intensive, but the mental challenge, that's what blood type B likes. Blood type AB likes a combination of everything. They can do low impact, they can do high impact, they can do calming, they can do the, exercise with a mental challenge. And then type O, they like the intense physical workout, like aerobics and CrossFit, lifting weights, running, and not a leisurely run, like a full on, like go. They like to run. Long distance biking, intense swimming, not leisurely swimming. So they like intense physical workout. So you can look to your blood type to see what's going to be more beneficial for me. And then within that, find what would be joyful to you. What would you actually do? But one thing that you can start doing is just start walking, regardless of your blood type. Especially if you haven't had a movement routine, and with so many people working at home over the last 2 years, a lot of people got sedentary, and they kind of joke about the COVID-19 weight, as in they gained 19 pounds. Well, that's going to catch up with you. So that's not normal to have that. And so if you start moving, it's going to help you feel better in your body. So just walking around the block, go to the mall. I actually, when it's really cold, I go to my local mall and I walk with the elderly people. They're fun. They are a lot of fun. I like talking to them. Even just 10 or 15 minutes. I do 2 laps around the mall, boom, I'm good. But it's creating a habit of doing this and link it to something that you already do, and that's why, you can park your car as far away from an entrance and get some steps in, or, take the stairs. Because if we're not moving, if we're not getting our muscles and joints moving, they're going to stiffen up. And then when you do go to walk and use the stairs, your knees are going to feel it. Your legs are going to feel it. Your back is going to feel it. You got to get them moving. It's greasing the wheel. That's what you're doing. You're greasing the wheel here. But stretching is also a good thing. You know, stretching in the morning, stretching at night. It doesn't have to be yoga, because yoga is mindfulness and breathing. It could just be stretching. If you have cats, do what your cats do. I look at what my cats do and it's like, oh, okay, stretch time. You know, do stretching at your desk. You know, I sit in a variety of places in my home. My entire home is my home office. But if I'm sitting for more than an hour, you know, I may not want to get up and really disrupt my train of thought, but I'll twist. You know, I'll just twist my back and, you know, do this and stretch my legs out. Oh, that felt really good. So you can do things like that, and it keeps your body limber and it releases stress. So you can also tap on energy centers. If you have ever studied the emotional freedom technique, it's commonly called tapping, and it's where you tap on certain parts of the body for emotional release. Here is a new way to do it. Tap on the chakras. So like right here over the heart, just a little bit above it is the thymus. That's your energy center. If you tap it, oh, it feels good. You got good energy. Tap your third eye. Helps with concentration. Tap the top of your head. You can tap your stomach. So you can literally tap up and down the chakras, and ooh, that actually works. It feels really good. So, and this is all about being mindful when you do it, like really focusing on, you know, wow, okay, I stretch this way. Oh, the right side over my rib cage feels tight. Okay. I wouldn't have known that if I was, you know, on the phone or talking with somebody. So it's all about being mindful. All right. Let's talk about mindful eating. So when you're stressed, you probably eat ice cream, cake, chocolate, sweets. And have you ever wondered why? Because stressed, spelled backwards, is desserts. It is. It's desserts. So here's the thing. You know, we need proper food intake if we're going to have strength and stamina to move and enjoy life. So, you know, we talked about this a lot when I was in my health coaching certification about, you know, do you love food, or is food an enemy? Like, have you been trained through your life by the media, by other people, or even just that little voice in your head telling you that food is an enemy? Because you should love food. Food keeps you alive. Because without food, you don't have a body. So food keeps you alive. We should love food. We should love it. But even if you love food, even if you've gotten to that point where you're like, yeah, I love food, are you savoring it when you're eating? Or are you inhaling it like a Hoover vacuum? I will be honest, I am a Hoover vacuum eater. Boom, done. It's like I have literally spent my entire multi-careers just on the go. And so I've trained myself to eat very fast, and I have to slow myself down. So when I look at eating styles, there's a couple of different eating styles of a lot of us fall in the categories of. One of them is emotional eating. And this is when we eat to temporarily feel better, but then you feel horrible afterward. So you come home, you had a stressful day. Oh, there is a bag of potato chips. Man, that just sounds really good right now. I need something crunchy and something salty, and then I'll go eat a healthy dinner. Well, when you're done with the bag, you're not hungry. And then you feel horrible. Emotional eating feels urgent. And with emotional eating, you go to the same foods over and over again. we all have that food that we go to when we're stressed. So I'd love to know in the chat, what's your food? Now, I've retrained my brain. I had to go through 6 months of habit training, and my stress eating is broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I'm not kidding. It's broccoli and Brussels sprouts. But it was 6 months of pain and torture with my nutritionist. But I retrained my brain that every time I was stressed, my go-to was organic cheese popcorn. I still love it, but I don't go to it for stress anymore. And she trained me to go for the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts when I was stressed. And it took 6 months, but I retrained my brain. So I'd love to know in the chat, what's your go-to when you're stressed? Because we go to the same foods over and over again when it's emotional eating. Whereas when we're hungry, we eat different options. So if you find yourself going to the same food over and over and over and over again, that's emotional eating. Because when we're hungry, we go for variety. And emotional eating is a coping mechanism for stress. And stress impacts our body weight because it triggers our cortisol production, and then we pack on the weight. So I'm seeing all sorts of stress foods. You had Jenny's ice cream. Love Jenny's ice cream. Himalayan sea salt popcorn. Yeah, sweets. Yeah, replacing sweets with fruit. Yeah, that's a really good step. And you have to train yourself. And part of it is just not letting that food even come into your house. Only having healthy food to go to. So, but we emotionally eat to silence negative feelings when we're stressed, when we're sad, when we're grieving, when we're angry, when we're resentful, when we're upset, all the negative emotions, when we're afraid, we eat. And it's emotional. We're not even hungry. It's emotional. So it's all in our head, which means you can talk to it and say, okay, Allie, I know you're stressed. I know you're sad. I know you're grieving. I know you're feeling all the negative emotions that we all feel during the day. And here's what helps. Call someone. Distract your brain. Call someone. Go for a walk. Play with your pet. Play with a kid. Smell your oils. I'm going to give you some oils at the end to use. Drink sleek tea. Young Living sleek tea. Drink it. It's sweet. It tastes good. Or the vitality drops, like the grapefruit bergamot, the lavender lemonade. Squirt that in water. Drink it and you'll be good. Okay? Because it's all emotional. Now, another eating style is eating quickly while distracted. Not good. That's not good, because then you lose track of how much you're eating. And we typically eat way too much. We overeat. When I look at meals being served in restaurants, it's like, oh my gosh, that's huge. You should be taking leftovers home. We should be eating half the amount that we traditionally do. Take twice as long to eat it and twice as long to chew it. We inhale our food. We don't even chew it. So we don't even start getting the nutrients ready to be absorbed. We just inhale it. So that is the big thing that we really focused on in my health coaching certification. Take twice as long to eat, take twice as long to chew, and eat half the amount. Because a meal should be the size of your fist, because that's about the size of your stomach. But when we eat quickly and distracted, we have no idea how much we've eaten. And it takes our body 20 minutes to tell us that we're full. And so when you eat super fast, your body is going to tell you 20 minutes down the road, oh yeah, by the way, you were done 20 minutes ago. And it's like, uh-oh, I kept eating. So, just get moving, smell your oils, drink your sleek tea. Because if you're eating quickly and you're getting distracted, you got to move. You got to get moving. You got to move that food through you because it's going to catch up with you and you're not going to feel great. Now, the third eating style is eating to fill a void, to hide despair and to hide boredom, a lot of boredom. And if that's what you're doing, go see a movie, go for a walk, garden. That was a great option I saw in the chat. Garden, smell your oils, drink your sleek tea, drink your vitality oils, distract yourself. So because we should eat when we're hungry, not because we're trying to hide despair, not because it's a coping mechanism, and not because we're bored. And then the fourth eating style is eating to add a protective layer on the body so that people will stay away. And that's kind of a hard one to say. It's a hard one to hear. But sometimes we eat and eat and eat so that we have a protective layer, which then gives us the reason, well, I'm an introvert. I'm just going to stay at home. I'm not going to have friends. I'm not going to have a social life. And so all of these eating styles are not healthy for us at all. It's not loving your body. It's not loving your body. And, never diet. I mean, we should be eating well. We should eat for energy and for nourishment and to heal our body. Eating is intended to heal the body. But the way that most people, especially Americans, eat, we eat to hurt our body. I've said this in so many classes. If you're eating out of a bag, a box, or a drive-in window, you are hurting your body. Now, if it's a bag of frozen organic broccoli, okay, that's an exception. But if it's a bag of potato chips, you're slowly killing your body. If it's in a bag, a box, or a drive-in window, it's not beneficial to you. Food is intended to heal our body. At the end, I'm going to recommend a book that is phenomenal on this topic. And when you go to eat something that's based on how you're emotionally feeling, stop yourself for 5 minutes and think about it. Drink a glass of water. Like that should be your first coping mechanism. Drink a glass of water. Put your oils in it. Put your vitality drops in it. And that emotional craving probably is going to go away. And then you just hydrated, which is amazing for the body. So we should never diet. We should eat well. And again, check out the blood type diet. I don't like that word, but type A blood type, typically vegetarian. They do well with fresh food, organic, because they have a sensitive immune system. Blood type B tends to be a combination of all foods, but they do very well with greens. So broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, that sort of thing, spinach. Type AB, good with a combination of food, but leaning towards seafood rather than traditional meat. And then type O is a high meat, protein, high veggies, very light on grains and beans and dairy. Very light on those. So when you can eat for your body type and see how you feel, you actually may feel better. Your body may feel better. But again, it's eating slow and think of what you're eating. Give your body time to digest the food. Remove the emotional foods from your home. If you know that ice cream is your weakness, just don't have it in your house. If you know that potato chips or cookies or soda pop are your weakness, don't buy them. Don't buy them. Just keep walking at the grocery store. We should be shopping the outer edges of the grocery store because that's all the real food. The interior of the grocery store is processed and it's not real food. It has no life, no value, no energy to it. So just remove those emotional foods from the home and pick a food that you want to retrain as your emotional go-to. For me, it was broccoli and Brussels sprouts. I'm not saying that's for everybody. That may be grossing some of you out. So, pick, it may be carrots and celery or apples and pineapples. Pick something and start to train your body. It really did take me 6 months to retrain my habit response on what food I grab when I'm stressed. Okay, so give yourself time because you're retraining your body. And essential oils that can really help with emotional eating are grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, jasmine, and stress away. Smell them. Because when you're dealing with anything emotional, you have to smell the oil. Topical isn't going to cut it. You have to smell the oil. All right. All right. Let's talk about self-compassion. This is big when it comes to love your body. So most people don't treat their body with compassion. They fill it with food that is harming them. A lot of food has toxic ingredients, synthetic ingredients, artificial ingredients, toxic ingredients. I mean, you just look at the labels on some of these foods and it's like, this isn't even food. This is chemicals mushed together, spit out of a machine to make it look like food. So we need to treat our body with compassion in what we put in it, what we put on it, how we move. But it's also about how we think about our body. And we're all a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. I don't know anyone at any time that says, yep, I am 100% okie dokie with my body. So CBS did a study and found that 98% of women have body image issues. That's sad. That's sad. 56% of women were dissatisfied with their appearance and 89% wanted to lose weight. And with social media, these numbers are growing, and it's growing in younger women and with children. It's pretty bad. And when we think negatively about our physical body and our appearance, and we scrutinize ourselves in the mirror, it makes it difficult for us to go to the gym or to go out walking or to get moving, which can help us in how we feel about our body. But if we don't feel good to go out and do that stuff, it's like a dog chasing its tail. And our body image creates eating disorders, relationship issues, isolation, and then sitting at home, emotional eating out of boredom, and then the cycle continues. And it's really about not comparing our body to what the media says we should look like. Because if we all were meant to look the same, we'd be robots. I mean, that would be a very, very boring world. That would be very, very boring. We're meant to be different. And so, when you can envision and be intentional about your physical body and what you put in it with food and what you drink and what you put on it, the lotions, the makeup, making sure that they are non-toxic. Young Living gives us an entire repertoire of products to help with that. But it's also about envisioning and being intentional with our self-talk. And if you're talking negatively about your body, even if it's just looking in the mirror and you say something in your mind like, oh, there's another wrinkle. Uh-oh. What am I going to do with that? Oh, no, look at my neck. Stop. Because all that means is, you know what? I lived. Look at how long I've lived. Wow, it shows on my neck. So It's appreciating how far you've come and talk positively to yourself, because if you don't have compassion for your body, you're not going to do the things to help it feel better. If you're constantly berating yourself, you're not going to have the energy. You're going to be so fatigued. So it's being very, very intentional about that. And every time you catch yourself, just stop. Turn that thought around. Because if we don't have compassion for our body, nobody else will. We have to take care of our own body. It's not anybody else's duty. So this body holds your soul. It holds your life. Without this body, you don't exist. So we need to be taking care of this. I love the people that talk about how their body is a temple. I take care of the temple every day. Yeah, it is. It's a temple for your soul. And that's why you're here. Take care of it. Because once problems start to happen in the body, it takes a while to turn that ship around. Don't wait for problems to happen. Be very proactive and take care of your body. Too often we wait for a problem to happen. And that's when, we say, oh, well, I need to eat better. I'm helping somebody right now who was diagnosed with diabetes. And it's like, well, you got to change your diet in a big way, as I saw him putting 2 teaspoons of sugar in his coffee this morning. And I'm like, dude, stop the sugar. Number one, you're not going to like me by the time I'm done cleaning up what you eat. But I'm like, everything else that you want to do that's natural and holistic and plant-based it's not going to help if you don't clean up what you're putting in your body to begin with. So it's being proactive, really proactive, and don't wait for a problem. Because once there's a problem, it takes a long time to undo that energy in the body. It can be done, but it's just better to start ahead of time. But talk compassionately to yourself. And when you slip, just say, you know what? I slipped. I had a bad day. I'm going to do better. I will do better because I'm worth it. If I don't have this physical body that's healthy, nothing else is going to matter in life if you don't have a healthy physical body. All right, let's talk about our sacral chakra. So this whole series, we're going to be moving through the chakras, and the sacral chakra is about 2 inches below your belly button. And this is, this is the area in the body energetically where you can create a human being, you can create a business or a program or a class or a project or a book. You just create from this area. And as we move into spring, our creative potential, is really starting to get fired up. And this area is also about relationships to family, relationships to other people, but also the relationship to yourself. So if you're having physical issues in this part of the body, you can work on your sacral chakra. So, physically, the sacral chakra relates to your reproductive organs, your kidneys, your bladder, lower back is all in this area. Even depression originates in this area of the body. So, if it's balanced, you have good energy, you have enthusiasm, you're nurturing, you're good with change, you enjoy pleasure, you enjoy going out, spending time with people and just enjoying life. When it's depleted, you just have no passion in life. You have no hobbies that you're passionate about. Just nothing interests you. You may set up excessive boundaries and isolate yourself and have fear. And then if it's excessively producing, you may find that, you're very sensitive to other people, have obsessive attachments to things like hoarding, you're just afraid of letting things go. And so, a couple of things that you can do for your sacral chakra is just get creative. Coloring, seriously. Adult coloring books are all the rage. So color and create. What are things that you like to create when you were a child? Because chances are you probably like to create that now. I find that all the things that I loved as a child, I'm doing them now. A lot of them I've turned into businesses, which I love. But when you can actually get back to your childhood, to the things that you loved before you had any fear, any judgment about it, go back to that. What did you like to do? So, getting creative can really help this chakra. And then, I'm going to recommend some essential oils in general, but essential oils for the sacral chakra, citrus oils. I mean, it just lights up this area because the sacral chakra resonates with the color orange. So orange oil, tangerine, even bergamot, lime, grapefruit are really good for this chakra. And then you'll find that you have good energy. And when you have good energy, you're going to engage in mindful movement. And then when you engage in mindful movement, you can then nourish your body with mindful eating. And then you're going to have more self-compassion. Do you see how this all, it all connects. It all connects in how we love our body. All right. And then this is just a transformation that I think we all need to say to ourselves all the time. Today, I will make healthy choices to honor my body because it houses my beautiful soul. So when I email you all the recording, I will make sure that I send you that graphic. Put it on your phone as your screensaver. Put it on your computer as your screensaver. Print it off. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it on your refrigerator. Stick it all over your house if you need a reminder. Because when you can smell your essential oils while reciting an affirmation, the affirmation goes deeper. And what you're doing is you're telling the subconscious brain what it is to believe. And then when you add in the oil drives it even deeper. So today I will make healthy choices to honor my body because it houses my beautiful soul. I think that's a good affirmation for everybody to say. All right, let's talk about oils. Let's talk Young Living. All right, so one way that you can love your body is to get some really good nutrients in it. Even if you know you've got to clean up what you eat, this is a good way to start. Even if you eat the best food, you are eating organic, whole foods, nothing from a bag, a box, or a window because Allie, you pounded that into my head. We all need to really infuse our body with a lot of different vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes. This is an easy way to do it. This is an easy way to have breakfast. Pure Protein Complete. I put in like a half a cup of frozen spinach, a half a cup of organic berries, water. I don't even use any sort of milk, water. Put it in my NutriBullet, blend it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You will have such great energy because, Young Living has a lot of products to help you love your body, but I really love these. They taste phenomenal and they're super healthy. They're not like the normal health powder drink, which is usually nasty and it doesn't taste good and it's gritty. These are awesome. They're gluten-free, they're nut-free, they're vegetarian. You can get chocolate, you can get vanilla spice, and protein is really important when you start ramping up movement and physical activity because it's going to support muscle strength, stamina, and energy. And this is packed with protein, 25 grams of protein per serving. And what it does is it helps you with energy. It helps you with strength and stamina, helps your muscles. It helps you with ATP production in the body for energy. It gives you metabolism support. It gives your digestive system a break. Because sometimes we feed ourselves even if we're not hungry. This gives you a break. And it's got 25 grams. It comes from whey protein, pea protein, egg white protein. So it's not vegan, but it's vegetarian. It has organic hemp protein. So it's got 5 different proteins in it. And then it's got vitamins plus 20 amino acids that are building blocks for protein. So, you know, if you're feeling, you know, kind of, you know, sluggish and tired, you know, even having trouble sleeping, having trouble getting to a healthy weight, your skin doesn't look good, your hair doesn't look good, your nails are losing quality. I'll tell you, this is powerful. If you just even swapped out your breakfast and ate this, I think you're going to be amazed. And it has enzymes with probiotics in it. It is a phenomenal product. I cannot say enough good things about it. You will love your body on this. You will love your body. And it tastes so good. Oh my gosh, it tastes so good. So good. All right, so that's the first one. And then essential oils. Okay. Why did I pick these 4 essential oils? Well, y'all know there's a method to the madness here. So I get into the energetics of the oils, because you can go on to Young Living's website and you can read about these oils. That's not what I'm going to talk about. I like to get into the backstory of the oils, the energy of how they actually work with our body. So bergamot oil, this is known as the oil of self-acceptance. So if you have just been really hard on yourself, this is going to help you not be hard on yourself. Because when you can accept your body as it is, it's easier to love your body and then do the things to love your body. And then all of a sudden you're going to feel better. You're going to be at the weight that you want to be. You're going to have the energy that you want. But if you're berating yourself all the time, there's no way you can drag that depleted, draining energy out to go for a walk or to go to the gym or to do yoga. You're not going to have it because you literally wore yourself down. Bergamot helps you with self-acceptance. Basically, I accept you where you are right now. Okay, I love my body where it is right now. It helps relieve feelings of low self-esteem and judgment, and it opens your heart to yourself so that you can love your body. This is one of the best oils that you can use. I actually brought it here. I love the smell of bergamot. And when you blend it with grapefruit and lime, that is a blend that I call bliss. It is one of my favorite blends. Oh, that is the oil of angels. That smells amazing. So you want to smell your oils, okay? You want to smell them when you're dealing with emotions. All right. Can you drink them? Absolutely. I mean, you can drink bergamot. You can topically apply it, but you need to smell it. All right. Now for grapefruit. Now, you know, a lot of people talk about how, you know, grapefruit, you know, helps with fat cells. No, we're not going to talk about that. Don't even focus on that. What grapefruit does, I also brought grapefruit. If you have it, take a little whiff. It helps to heal your relationship with your body. You need to love your body, because if you don't love something, you're not going to work on it. I want you to think about a project that a boss at one point gave to you and you looked at it and you're like, no, I don't love this. You kind of dragged your feet on it. Whereas you got another project and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. I'm so excited to work on this. And boom, you took off like a jackrabbit. If you don't love your body, you're not going to work on it. This helps heal the relationship with your body. It releases the energy of anxiety about body image. It helps with body acceptance and having a positive relationship with food. So don't focus on, well, great food helps to dissolve fat cells. No, don't go there. Don't go there. Because that's a deprivation energy. You don't want that. So it just clears your field of negativity. So put it in your hands, wipe your energy field. Oh, it is such a wonderful oil. And it blends very well with bergamot. All right, Kunzea. Oh, I didn't bring Kunzea up. Darn. This is a great oil to topically apply on fatigued muscles, especially if you start getting out and moving as we're heading into spring weather. But I want to talk about kind of spiritually and energetically what Kunzea can help with. It can help you get to the core of your physical issues, which are connected to emotions and mindset and spiritual lessons that we brought in with us. Because wouldn't we like to get to the core of, why do I have this thing with my body that I can't figure out? Kunzea, when you smell it, you got to quiet your mind. Meditate. Ask the question. What is it that I need to work on? It can take you to the core of those issues and help you with the emotions, the mindset, the spiritual lessons. And, this oil has a core inner strength to it, which gives us a core inner strength. It gives us stamina. And it reminds us that we're spiritually strong, even if we may feel weak, feel depleted, feel unhealthy. We are spiritually strong. And so Kunzea can push the issues to the surface so that we can release them once and for all. So when you're working with this oil, if you find yourself re-experiencing old injuries or old wounds, you're learning the messaging of it so that you can release it. I mean, this is a phenomenal oil to work with. Okay. And then last but not least, inner child. So inner child is really good for stimulating memory response in our body. And it helps us connect with our true, authentic self, which is an essential step to achieving emotional balance, which we need for a good physical body. And it brings out a playful energy, which then can get us moving and out and about and doing things, and we're more active and we're more energized. And I've actually been wearing this a lot as kind of my start the day perfume. I'm covered in oils. There's no secret about that. I have no idea at any given moment what I smell like, but I choose to smell like inner child. That's the one that I really focus on. So I really like that. It just brings out playfulness because it gives you an internal energy. All right. And then crystals. I always love to recommend crystals for those of you who like crystals. If you don't, no big deal. For my crystal friends here, carnelian. This is the crystal of courage. It's a sacral chakra crystal. All right. So it gives you energy to get you moving. So this is a good crystal for mindful movement. If you have a small carnelian, put it in your pocket when you go for your mindful walk through the woods. Okay. Green aventurine is a great crystal for reducing self-criticism. Lay it on your heart. Let it talk to you. It boosts confidence and it helps you forgive yourself for not loving your body the best that you could, because we've all been there. We've all been there. This is a great crystal to say, you know what? It's okay. You're now aware. Stop criticizing yourself. Love your body. Your body literally has your back. You got to have its back. That's what green aventurine does. Rhodochrosite, this is a stone of compassion. So it's really good for healing if you don't love your body. If you're having trouble loving yourself, this is a compassionate crystal. It heals and it releases your inner child. You want your inner child to be waving her freak flag all over the place and saying, look at me, I'm wearing polka dots and stripes and nothing matches, and I'm having fun and I'm out running with my cats. Okay, that's me. That's me. But it'll heal and release her and you'll feel great. You'll feel great. But this is such a compassionate stone. Again, lay it over your heart and let her do her work. Now, rhodonite, which is often confused with rhodochrosite, but you can tell they're very different. Rhodonite has black in it. And rhodonite is a crystal to go to when you're just too critical on yourself. You're too hard on yourself. This is a crystal that tells you, I'm sorry, get back up, dust yourself off, do it again, and it nourishes you in the process. So this is the crystal that when you have kicked yourself into the ditch, this crystal says, climb out. I'm here for you. Climb yourself out, get yourself out of the ditch. Come on. Dust yourself off. You're okay. You're okay. It pairs beautifully with rhodochrosite. Beautifully. And then the last crystal is rose quartz. Again, it's all about compassion and self-love. And you can buy these crystals and have them in jewelry and have the jewelry like right there at your heart. You know, have a necklace there right at your heart. I teach my students to take their crystals, stuff them in their bras. Nobody needs to know what's there. It's none of their business. You put your crystals in your bra. Or you can just lay down at night. That's what I do. After this, when I'm processing the video, I'm going to be laying on the couch watching The Bachelor, my vice. I know, I can't help it, but that show is a train wreck and it makes me feel really good about myself. So I lay on the couch with crystals on me. So you can do that. All right. Now, book recommendations. Okay, we're coming to an end here. Oh my gosh. Have you guys read any of the books by Anthony William? Okay, The Medical Medium. I don't want the name to freak you out. This guy is brilliant. Life-Changing Foods. This is a huge book. It's going to give you information about foods that is going to blow your socks off. So, for example, he goes through in this book, what does he call it? The Holy Four, the 4 life-changing foods: fruits, vegetables, herbs and spices, and wild foods. And he goes through what's very beneficial, but not in the way that you normally would think. So there's a whole chapter here on avocados. And just what I highlighted, when you're suffering from digestive disorders of any kind, avocados can come to the rescue. They're anti-inflammatory. They have an aspirin-like quality without thinning the blood. They have polyp-reducing properties. They restore the central nervous system, alleviate Alzheimer's and dementia, have an anti-aging effect, anti-radiation effect, can stop estrogen-related reproduction and colon cancers. But wait, there's more. He goes into the emotional support. Avocados help us find our way back to ourselves when we need to heal a broken heart and we struggle with guilt. Avocados, I love that. And then he's got spiritual lessons of the food. You know, avocados are all about nurturing. It's the closest food on the planet to breast milk. That's what he calls it. And then he gives you recipes. Get this book. Get this book. It will change your life. Seriously, get this book. I love this book so much. It's become my food Bible. And then when I send you the recording, I'm going to send you this mindful eating booklet. Okay, so that you can have that. All right. And it's a really easy booklet. It's just going to help you with mindful eating that we already talked about. All right. If you're interested in any upcoming energy classes that I have coming up, there's the list. You can find it at manifestedharmony.com. And I think everybody here is already in Young Living, but if somebody is watching the recording and you're not, whoever sent you this recording, go to them and say, I'm ready. I need those oils. I need that pure protein complete. I need the bergamot, the grapefruit, the kanzia, the inner child. I need the whole kit and caboodle. Get to them. They'll help you get started. If you found your way to me, come to me. I'll help you get started. And then let's stay connected. You can continue to see my cats on social media because they love it. They love it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then I'll take some live questions here if you have any. So thanks for being here.